It's magic. 807, the sound of Black excellence. Your double E, Ena Esco, in the building for the Ena Esco Show with a special verbally effective. You may know him as comedian extraordinaire Poundcake. He is sitting with me today. How are you?
I'm doing good, and how about yourself?
I am wonderful. I've been trying to
Good.
get you over here at the Lowry for a minute. You made it, and I'm
Yes.
so happy. But I'm not done with your introduction.
Okay.
Let me give the good people some more information. Now, he is best known for his stand-up, hosting gigs, parodies, skits. You seen him tell you to step into the live on Facebook and all the things, right? Now, I know you're a graduate of Raleigh Egypt High School. And congratulations, you just graduated from the ASAP program here at the LeMoyne-Owen College.
Thank you.
How does that feel?
It feels wonderful. It
Yes.
feels wonderful, and I'm so excited just to be back at the land of living and everything. And I just love my HBCU LOC, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity just to talk with you today.
Yes, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're here. Now, you are a fellow magician like myself, and we are very prideful here at the
Yes.
LeMoyne-Owen College. And, I know earning a degree, it takes a lot of time, effort,
Yes.
and discipline. Tell me how did you find out about the ASAP program, first of all, with LeMoyne-Owen College?
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you asked that. I always wanted to come back to school because I started going here in 2007. And so everything, but I had took a break and everything due to my mom health and everything that was declining. So I just took a break. And so one day I asked my friend, his name Robert Ward. He actually graduated 2 years prior. And I asked him, I said, I don't know what came up. I said, hey, I want to really go back to school. He said, why don't you go back to the morning? I said, no, I don't want to do traditional. He said, no, you could do the ASAP program. So he was telling me all the great things and the benefits of the ASAP program. I said, okay, that's right up my alley and everything. So once I called, the first person I called was Miriam Hart.
Okay.
I called her and everything. She was very resourceful. She told me to go on the website, do the application. And so, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous and everything
Why were you nervous?
because I'm older and everything. And I'm like, I'm just going back to how I was when I was younger and everything. I'm like, what if I don't get it? What if I don't understand and I'm older and everything? So I ain't gonna do it and stuff. But then something just told me like, go forward, go forward. And once I got the information and did my FAFSA application and everything, and joined it, and and wrote my first paper. I had the first paper. Miss Marion Hart told me, why do you want to be in the program? What made you want to go back to school and everything? So just getting back into that research and writing papers and everything, I said, okay, I could do this.
How did it feel like getting back into that mode, right?
Yes, it
'Cause you,
felt.
you said you were kind of like challenged with being a traditional student again, but how did it feel jumping back into that?
Jumping into it, I was nervous, but then I don't know. Like once I got into it and actually did my first presentation in the class and everything and all of that, I just had to overcome that. So I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, and everything. But just I guess the strength of the God gave me to just overcome fear and everything. Just keep going and everything. What's for you is gonna be for you.
Amen.
And that's why I just had to go continue just writing papers and continue just coming to class and everything. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I made the
I'm
decision.
glad you did.
So I said, people can't take me serious. So I was, they was laughing while I was talking and stuff.
they weren't.
Yeah, because a lot of people know me. As soon as I logged into my first day of class, oh, Poundcake, what you doing here? What you doing? So, but I had to put the Poundcake stuff aside, comedian Poundcake. And I just had to go in and just say, hey, I'm here to meet my goal and everything. And so everything, it was a success,
Yes.
And I'm so grateful for the ASAP program.
Amen. Now,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, people immediately know you as the comedian Poundcake.
Mm.
Like, how have you been able to balance that side of you when you were here going through your degree program? How were you able to balance you being Poundcake and, like you said, people taking you seriously here as a student in the ASAP program?
Far as being comedian Poundcake and everything, this just something gonna follow me for my whole life. So the thing is that I want people to see that I could be a professional and be a comedian. You just don't have to be in the same bracket of just being one personality. So I wanted people to see that, okay, this guy is funny, he's hilarious or whatever, but it's one part of him. But okay, he actually could do business and stuff. So that's what I've been trying to do is separate the two. Because when people see me, they say, oh, he ain't finna make me laugh. But okay, I can make you laugh and also get to business as well.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's how I've been trying to actually stay the course of actually being myself, but showing you overall who I can be in different aspects. Yeah.
So how was the LOC family, the community that we have here? How involved were they with shaping you as a student? Tell me about some of those stories.
I can say, with my instructors and everything, like they was pouring into me. And I had some great instructors, you know what I'm saying? And it's not about just teaching you on the subject. It's about like life lessons.
Yes.
And I get a lot of life lessons and everything. And y'all, like LeMoyne-Owen has the best instructors ever. Like, like I said, Jason Anderson, um, um, who else? It's a whole lot of them. Like I don't think I had one professor that I did not learn anything about life itself. And so that's what I really appreciate the ASAP program, because they not only teach you educational purposes, but also life lessons as well.
Yes, that will remain with you for the remainder of your
Yes,
days.
yes, and I'm greatly appreciative of that.
What is the biggest lesson that you've learned as a student graduating from LeMoyne-Owen College?
The biggest lesson I would learn is to always, pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? Always, like, whatever I learned in the process of the ASAP program, LOC, pay it forward. Like I tell everybody online, like, this is the best decision that I ever made in life. And, I have people to this day reaching out to me saying, "Hey, okay, give me more insightful information on the ASAP program." And I want to share that because I feel like everyone should have the opportunity that I got. Do is I want to pay it forward. I'm not gonna stop until I show everybody exactly what greatness that my HBCU can provide.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I love that answer. And because we are the only
Yes. And
HBCU.
we're a community and we love each other. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We love each other and everything. We support each other and we embrace each other. And I felt so embraced with the staff here and everything. Like everyone was just so attentive to me, and it was an experience that I would never forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that we've discussed our experience here at the LeMoyne-Owen College,
Mhm.
let's go back into, some of your formative years growing up in Memphis. I know that you are a Pharaoh of Raleigh, Egypt,
Yeah.
a graduate. Now, I attended there 1 year,
Mhm.
but I absolutely enjoyed my journey as a Pharaoh of Raleigh, Egypt. How were your days over there in Raleigh, Egypt?
Crazy.
In the north. What's crazy?
Yeah, the thing is, Raleigh, Egypt is I'm telling you, Raleigh, Egypt is a hood school. But the thing is that Raleigh, Egypt was the best high school ever. Of course, to me and everything. Raleigh, Egypt groomed me for life. You know what I'm saying? Like to get ready for life. When times get hard and everything, I actually had the platform of being a high school student to share my comedy. I used to make parody songs in school. I used to rap
In school.
in
So this when
school.
all of this started.
Yes, in school, I used to rap about food all the time. Like
Okay.
I made a song called "Food Stamps Been Approved" and everything, and the kids loved it, loved the energy that I used to provide. And so every morning, I just used that as my way of, telling, "Hey, y'all get a song." I made a song up in school and everything, so I used to always like use that moment in homeroom to, do a presentation of what song I made. And so Raleigh, Egypt or whatever, like now don't get me wrong, we had crime and kids like fighting and everything like that. But I think I was like a breath of fresh air for a lot of kids,
Yeah.
to put that comedy spin on what happened and everything. So Raleigh, Egypt is where I really started doing comedy, checking people and everything
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
So somebody see me as a big guy, oh, I'm finna flame him up. No, I think you need to reconsider. Yeah. So Raleigh, Egypt was my start and everything, and I'm forever grateful for cause some teachers knew, cause I was marked as a bad kid.
Were
But
you?
I wasn't a bad kid. I was talkative.
Okay.
So about me being talkative and want to make the class laugh and everything, the teachers used to be entertained as well. And one teacher I never forget, she's now working at the school board. Her name is Miss Jones, Cherie Jones, and she said, "You know what, Demario, you very disruptive, but I'm gonna let you have 20 minutes before every class to get what you want to say out in front of it, because I love going to class and make kids laugh. So I get in the first 20 minutes of class or whatever, I make them laugh, I check and blah, blah, blah. Okay, once that 20 minutes up, now we finna learn, because that stopped me from being disruptive.
Wow.
And so I had something to say. Every class, I
Yeah.
want to talk. let me just make y'all laugh one time. And so when she realized that I'm doing that, she said, okay, we're gonna work together, whatever. You gonna be the icebreaker of the
I
class.
love that. She had a good formula
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, cause she know, cause every like during the class when she'll teach or say something that was very educational to us, I make a joke out of it. And so she was like, you know what, Demario? She pulled me to the side. She said, since you want to be funny and stuff all the time, I'm gonna let you have the first 10 to 20 minutes of class and make people laugh. After that, be quiet. I said, deal. Let's just sign me up.
Do it.
Yeah, sign me up.
Wow, I
Yeah.
love that because, people, especially in these days, are often trying to figure out how they can connect with the youth right now.
Oh,
And, I know back then when you were doing your comedy or found out that you were really great at making people laugh, social media probably wasn't around just yet.
almost definitely not.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
God.
yeah.
But it is around now.
Yes.
And how do you feel about the digital convergence of just how people connect now? And how has social media helped your platform?
Oh, well, honestly, a lot. It's based off old school, and I'm just want to just throw it out there. When it comes to comedy, a lot of comedians, the traditional comedians, they feel like we, and when I say we, the newfound comedians, get it easy because we got social media. So all we gotta do is press record and make people laugh, and then press end. When they have to actually get on stage in front of people and make them laugh and everything, and they just feel like we get it easy. And I'm telling you, like getting on that camera and trying to make people laugh, it's hard. And so if it was so easy, then the traditional comedians, then why don't y'all do the same thing that we doing, but they can't.
Okay.
And so the thing is that when it comes to social media, making people laugh and doing skits, because I started off doing skits. I don't know how long you've been following me, but I started off
Wow.
doing comedy skits with characters. So
Mhm.
I had I was like, one day I wasn't even trying to do the characters or whatever, but it's just something came over me when I recorded and I said, this how females be when they argue with their baby dad in the car. And so I went to work and I went on lunch and I said, what's a share? I got 832 shares. And so people like, what we want to see what the dude got to say. So I was like, okay, they want me to have a whole storyline. So I started adding characters and characters, bit by bit. And once I did that, I saw, okay, I got a talent here. So I stopped doing the stand up and everything with it. Cause I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of comedians was haters and everything. So I had got away from actually going to open mic night and just stepping, actually doing a recording and everything. So once I was doing recording and doing skits and everything, it just took off from there.
Yeah, it
And
opened up a new world.
Ooh, and I was able to actually step into the live. I was actually able to do things that I'm doing today, like interviewing the mirror and everything. So social media is very powerful, and it's a new lane in a new direction, and
Yeah.
opening up like new things and new ways that I actually want to like pre- present my company and
I
everything.
agree.
Yeah.
And you've done both. You've
Oh,
done the open mics and all
yes.
the things.
Yes.
Would you say that your process for online, like when I think about it, when you said step into the live,
Yes.
have you trademarked that line?
I need to. I need to trademark it, man. Yeah, because it's just some came over me when I was like, come on, y'all, I got something to say. Step into the
Step into
live.
the
We are
live.
tired and it stops today. So
Yeah.
I need to trademark all of that. So I'm gonna do it today.
Right. I don't be trying to
Yeah, take my stuff.
take your
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Now, who have been some comedians that have inspired you as you grew up?
I would say Mike Epps.
Mm.
Mike Epps is like naturally funny. You could tell. Like I
Mm.
like that off the dome funny. I don't like that. Okay, let me try this and let me write this out. Like Mike Epps get on the stage and he just say anything on the top of his head and then think about it after he do it. So that's one of the comedians that really inspired me. Like that's like when it comes to my like how I perform and stuff on stage, it's similar to Mike Epps.
And you know what? I love comedians
Mhm.
that not only just make you laugh, but a good storyteller. Somebody
Most
that can
definitely.
like walk you through a real life
Mhm.
experience, but find laughter and comedy within it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I think of you
Yeah.
when I say that, and I think of Mike Epps. Have you met Mike Epps yet?
I have not. That's one of my goals to meet Mike Epps. Like
Oh, that's gonna happen soon.
he inspired me in so many ways and everything. But
Yeah.
far as business, I would say Kevin Hart. Now Kevin Hart is not my favorite comedian, but I like how he uses his platform to bring others on. I like how he do he's an ambassador for different products and everything, and he's business savvy. So that's what I look at Kevin Hart as like overall. But when it comes to that stage, Most definitely Mike Epps. Like,
Yeah.
I like how he just, very personal with the people
Yeah.
and, and when he talk on subjects and topics, he's more relatable to everyone. So
Mhm.
that's something that's a comparison with Mike Epps, what I do.
And I like how you said you like the business acumen of
Mhm.
Kevin Hart because that's
Mhm.
something to be discussed. The
Mhm.
business side
Yes.
of all of this,
Yes.
especially with how things have changed in the industry, in the
Mhm.
comedy business, even in the digital world, even in media, when I think about all these elements that go into what we're talking about. Because I feel like nowadays there are just different routes of being successful now.
Right.
And people are paying attention, especially if you have a massive following like yourself.
Yes.
And they won't end on it.
Mhm.
So tell me about maybe some of those experiences. And have you collaborated with other comedians here in the city?
Well, the thing is that I would love to collaborate. Like every time I do a show, different shows that I do, I like to bring up the upcoming comedians or the
That's good.
underdogs. I like to give them a opportunity so they can broadcast in front of a different
And who
audience.
are some of the underdogs right now?
Right now, I see well she's not an underdog, but 2 to 2 times.
Two times.
Yeah, 2 to 2 times, Wild Bill, Cowboy Fly. Mickey, he actually is from Arkansas and everything. So I use my platform to give them an opportunity because they really got talent. And I want my people to see, like the people who I bring out to my shows, to see Memphis actually is a good like source for comedy to make y'all laugh and everything.
Great.
And so I would love to like work. I have worked with Rob Love. He's a vet in the game. Mouthpiece, Timbo, like those guys who I started with and everything. So, overall I like to work with comedians who actually strive and to actually broadcast their work and actually put on for the city and everything. Now I'm not gonna lie, there is comedy is a lot of jealousy, it's a lot of hate
Why?
because everybody wants to like, they just
Be the
stay with
star.
but be the star and everything. And I always say favor is not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
True.
grinding just like y'all, but I just happen to have the platform and the following. And y'all feel like I don't deserve it because I haven't been in the game that long or I'm not a real stand-up comedian. I just get on social media and make people laugh. But this the favor that I have in my life.
Say that fair, baby.
And so the thing is that I like every time some nigga come my way, I try to put a positive spin on it. Okay, why y'all against me and everything? I can't question it. So let me embrace you with love. And so when you show love and everything, it just put a halt to all the BS. And so that's what I try to do. Like when a
I
comedian
like
talk about me, I try to embrace them because you don't have a reason not to like me. You don't like me because of your own mindset and the mindset that you have. So let me try to overcompensate that by embracing you, showing you love. Hey, come to the show. I'm gonna make you a star that night. I'm gonna show you that you are a star. So you don't have to be negative or hateful towards me because you can share this opportunity with me as well. Now, if you want to be ignorant and want to, not come on board or whatnot, then that's on you. But I have to be that. I have to be that person to just put positive light on a negative situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now, has there ever been a comedy experience that you've had that completely humbled you? Like, just made you look at things in a different light?
Ooh,
Mm.
I did a church event
And what
and I
happened?
cursed. And so I did a comedy event and I cursed really bad and at the church and everything and all the sinners out there laughed, but all the Christians and some yeah, but all the Christians, oh, give me you can cut the mic, take my what he say? What he say, girl? And so I cursed and everything and it humbled me because I try to. I'm a comedian that I don't like to be just in one lane,
Yeah.
So if somebody say, "Hey, I want you to do a Christian comedy show," I got you. But I made a mistake and I told a joke and I got comfortable on that stage and I had said, F word and all that.
Oh,
So
wait.
yeah, they humbled me really bad because my thing is that yeah, you a comedian and you are funny, but if you're gonna go into these different lanes like Christian comedy and all this, then you got to actually like be disciplined and you got to actually go over your material because if you get out there on the stage and you say, something that you don't need to say, then you need to, just retract is your whole presentation, your whole like performance and everything. Because I get on that stage thinking I was gonna kill it, and I killed it.
You killed it literally.
Yeah, yeah. And so, but I mean, the people, the sinners or whatever, the people who on both sides and everything, they understood. They was like, "You funny as I don't know what," but the majority of the crowd, they was like, no, we can't have this.
It taught you a lesson, though.
Yeah, most definitely. So if I take any event and everything, any speaking engagement, know your audience. Like it's most definitely so important. Know your audience before you go on that stage and start talking.
Yeah. That makes me think about Country Wayne.
Yes.
Are you a fan
Yes,
of Country Wayne?
Uh-huh.
I think isn't he the comedian that does not cuss?
He does not cuss.
So that makes me think this.
Yeah.
I'm on the right page with this because he has had a very successful career just off of skits alone.
Mhm.
This man is bringing in a huge audience, and he's getting paid. He's monetized on all of these platforms with and I think he probably had the foresight a long time ago to see that, hey, these skits are working. Let me see how I can build on this and build on this. And I think now the thing are called like the micro dramas on Instagram. Well, Meta overall. So there's so many ways to monetize. So how have you been dipping into that lane?
See,
The monetization.
I'm gonna have to actually do some research because Facebook only paying me $22 a month, and and I'll be doing some numbers on there and everything. So I'm gonna have to most definitely look into that.
Can we band any of your content or anything? Because I can't see you just making no $22.
Yeah, I'm making $22. Yeah, and so I could show you the metrics and everything, right? Because I'm gonna have to see exactly how I can actually benefit off of that because I done had so many like videos and writing status and posts that has went viral and everything, but I don't do it for the money and everything. I do it because it's my passion to make people laugh. Like this my gift and it's my passion. Like, I gotta get on social media to make somebody laugh today. And and although that's my passion, I have had feedback. Like one lady pulled me to the side, I'll never forget. And she was like, Poundcake, you just don't understand when you do Step Into the Live, it get me through the day. Like I take chemo and everything, and I be so sad and so drained. But when I pull up your page while I'm taking my treatment, you just make me laugh and I just forget about everything that I'm going through. So when people tell me stuff like that, it makes me want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like I done wrote funny posts and been sad and crying and everything. But if I can make your day and make you laugh and make you
That's
feel
a
good,
beautiful thing.
I'm good and everything. So the feedback that I get from what I project and what I put out there in the community, it makes me want to go harder.
Yeah.
So yeah, money will be great, and I'm gonna have to look into that. But I do it because it's my passion, it's my guilt, and my guilt makes somebody day. Then that's what makes me. This encourages me to keep going and keep going hard. So yeah, I love it. Like the feedback that I get is better than any paycheck that I could ever receive.
Look,
Yes.
if Hollywood called tomorrow, are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to Hollywood. Yeah. Hollywood and Chazelle, yeah.
So you have those ambitions
Yes,
of being on the big screen?
Yes, I would love to be like an entertainer because entertainment has always been in me since I was a kid. Making people laugh. I go on get a microphone and sing my heart out and can't sing it all. But I just love to entertain people. So if Hollywood was to call me or give me just even Tubi and give me an opportunity, I'll take it because that's what I love to do. This like this like a drug to me and everything just to make people laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see you've been doing your interviews. You've recently connected an interview with our Memphis mayor, Paul Young. And I know you probably have a list of people that would love to sit at the table with you. How are you enjoying being the interviewer?
Okay, well, this something new to me and everything, and I'm so glad I'm connected to you because you are the GOAT of interviewers
Thank
and
you.
everything, and I can learn so much from you and everything, and I will learn from you. With the interview and everything, I had the opportunity to interview Mayor Paul Young. I was nervous.
You was
sweating. I
nervous.
was so nervous and everything because I'm like, oh my God, we get all these flags around me and everything and stuff like that. So
And then you were in his environment.
yeah, in his environment.
Yeah.
So I was so nervous and everything, but I still managed to ask the questions that the people wanted to know and everything. And so it was really like, I mean, he's a laid back person. You know what I'm saying? He's not like, hey, very like, he professional, but he ain't like strict and everything. So I didn't know that or whatever. So I'm like, oh, he cool. I can actually relax with him. So I was nervous and everything. But now that I'm in a different lane of being the person that's going to be interviewing people, like I said, I can learn a lot from you and everything, and I'm willing to take on that because people want to get their message out there. People want to let people know what they got going on and want to be insightful and everything. So, and I feel like I am the person that needs to take that different lane because sometimes you can't be comfortable in what you do. Like I done did the skits, I done did the Step Into the Live and everything, which I'm still doing, but I just feel like God is elevating me to actually take a different approach. So, Mary Paul Young was the first step. Now, the other people that I get in my arsenal and everything to actually do interviews with and everything, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll do great.
Okay.
I think
I
you'll do
hope
great.
so. I hope so.
You know, with you as the interviewer, you are in charge. You're setting the tone. So, as long as the person you're interviewing knows that, then everything will be fine.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be lovely.
Okay.
Now, are you familiar with "Where Are My Scamming"?
Yeah, I know. Spin that ish. Spin that ish. Yeah.
Knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
All right, we about to get verbally effective and talk about Young Miami's new song "Spin That." Do you love it or do you hate it or are you indifferent?
Well, the thing is that it's catchy. You know what I'm saying? It's catchy. It's I don't know what and everything. And she's singing to the scammers and all that. Now with the scammer, it's a lot of people scamming and stuff. I mean, she reached out to the core of the community, but I like it because
She's got the
it's
core.
right. I like it because it's catchy and everything. Like the person, like, what's she talking about? But it's so catchy and everything. Like it's sometimes you hear the song or whatever, then you be like, nah, I ain't listen to that. But then you find yourself like
Can't help but
watching
listen to it.
pictures or something and be like, yeah. So
Doing a little
yeah, spin that ish. Yeah. So
Yes.
even when you swiping your car, spin that. You know what I'm saying? So it's catchy and everything. Now the parts, the message and stuff like that ain't gonna do me because I don't know no scammers personally. But
Okay.
I mean, it don't relate to me. But it's catchy. It's a catchy.
Very catchy songs. You know, there's been a lot of discourse lately. India Ari came out to tell others she wasn't trying to boycott the song or anything like that. She just was giving her thoughts on it, really relating to Spin That as very low vibrational. We have to think about the music that we put out here. You know, we talked to one of the students earlier. She kind of felt some of the same sentiments as India Ari with spells and just from the music, the words. Did you see what India Ari had to say?
Yeah, I saw that and
What you-
everything. And the thing is I saw that and I mean, she had a different approach in it, but it's her take on it, and she
That's
has
her
a
take.
right to her opinion. But I just feel like the song itself, I don't think people just think too deep into it. It's just a song. But the information that she was trying to provide to the community saying y'all embrace this song and it's talking about scamming and what about positivity and everything. And I don't think it's that deep.
It's not
So,
that deep.
we just listen to us for a vibe and a bop and everything, but we don't really show love to scammers because as soon as we see something on our bank account or a scam, a charge or anything like that, we ready to report it. So
Hello.
I think India was really really thinking too deep into that, and it's not that crucial and everything. But far as the song itself, it's about what I'm
It's a
saying, like
vibe.
everybody listen to it and everything, but don't mean that we have to actually, you know, go like actually be a scammer and everything. But we just like to listen to it in traffic and everything, and just move on by the.
Yeah.
The song will be over next week.
Young Miami will be just fine. I think this was a big win for her, considering how everyone was connecting her, of course, to Diddy and, all of his controversy.
Yeah.
I hear Trump is considering pardoning Diddy as well. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
But-
we'll see if it happens. Though.
Yeah, he was. I saw an interview where Trump was like, well, he wasn't. He didn't say anything nice about me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'll have to revisit it. So, yeah, but I won't be surprised because Trump, he about that. Life. He a feeling as well. So,
And he'll
so yeah, so that's what he do anyway. He said, I won't be surprised if he pardon him.
Do you ever use your comedy to relate it to politics, or you often do that, or even everything was going on with the Trump administration?
Oh, but then or whatever. I don't really like when it comes to Trump and everything, like his decisions about the DEI and all this stuff. Like it's so horrible or whatever. Like he talking about sending the ICE to send Mexicans back home and everything. I just hate the whole thing that he actually trying to project on our community and on our environment and everything. And it's like, because it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that he do or whatever, it does not make sense. And I try to think about it in different aspects. And everything Trump is about, everything that he does or whatever, it don't make sense to nobody but a person who's hateful. And so for you to say like, sending people back to their country and illegal immigrants and everything, that's horrible because when ICE was really like hitting hard in Memphis, like Mexicans are some of the hardest working people in our city. Like you can get a Mexican off Jackson or whatever to help build you a fence in one day and everything, and it'd be like probably $100 for everybody. It's just $100. So they are hardworking people, and just for him to just send them back and everything like that, it's just horrible because he don't have any. It's just not fair. You know what I'm saying? And no equal rights to nobody.
Yeah,
So
Trump is just, oh
yeah,
my
dump
God.
Trump.
Trump.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of horrible,
Yeah.
there has been a tragedy that has recently happened with a young man by the name of Nolan Wells from Mississippi. He went on a boating excursion, something like they often did with his friends. He was the only black guy. He was with 3 white friends. There is footage from the actual, I guess, event that they were at. They looked like they was just having some summer fun for the 4th of July, things like that. However, Nolan did not return back with those said 3 friends, and they found his body days later. And what is very questionable is that most of the people that were there deleted their socials, lawyered up, preparing for what's coming next. What do you feel about this story? And this is just in our backyard in Mississippi. I believe they were visiting Horn Island. I think that's the name of it. But another young black man gone, you know?
It's a sad story to hear. You know that I mean anyone losing their life is so sad. Um, I just really feel with the situation, how it hit our community. You know, people saying, you sure won't trust white people, or stay away from white people, and we don't know the details of that situation.
Yeah.
We don't know if it was an accident. We don't know if they actually plotted against him to murder him. So we don't know that. But for that information, for that to hit our community, it shed a lot of light on, hate. People saying don't trust white people and everything because, to be honest with you, and that may be the case. There are hateful white people and everything, but there are some good ones. And me just speaking on my life, I done had white people who actually helped me. I done had white people who actually was discriminatory towards me, but I also had black people to do the same thing. I had black people to help me. I had black people to discriminate against me. So the thing is, I just judge people based off what they present and how they are themselves. So it'd have been an all black girl trip and everything, and one of the black girls didn't make it home safe because her friends had some.
Remember that.
So it's different scenarios, but it don't matter what race. And like I had said on social media, it don't matter what race you are. Hate and jealousy don't discriminate. And so, and we don't know the outcome of this case and everything, but I would just advise any parent, like if you got a child and you're a parent and everything, you teaching your children right from wrong, let them know to have good discernment with their peers. Like, hey, this really ain't my friend, or I see how they acting or whatever, or I see they have some hate tendencies. So you have to actually know the people that you're around and just teach your child, like not just white people, all people.
All people.
Yeah, all people, because everybody don't have your best interest at heart. So and then if you are like don't trust the people that your children is around and everything, then you take a step forward and say, hey, let me see how your parents are. Let me see how you are, your upbringing. And once you see that, because I feel like if you have a child, you should be very um like in their life, like when it comes to their social surroundings and everything like that. And so with that situation and everything, it's probably was a hate crime, probably wasn't, probably just an accident. But it just shed light on our community of, well, not light, but it just shed something on our community to bring out a lot of like eye openers of how people really feel. So I don't think it's a white black thing. I just think everybody should just really look at the whole situation overall and to trust your surroundings and trust the people that, and just look at the people who are around you, because everybody ain't to be trusted.
You're right. And from what I'm hearing, like you said, we're waiting for a lot of the details to come out. I think what shocks a lot of people is how quickly they deleted those socials and
Yes.
lawyered up. Like, that's an indication of what is really going on here.
What you trying to hide?
What is going on here? And I also saw that, they retained Benjamin Crump. And Ben Crump is the face of a lot of these racial tragedies that are going on, trying to find some justice in the matter. He came out on an interview and said that, they left with the Nolan's phone. And you know how attached we are to our phones. Like, why do they have your phone? They said that some messages were deleted off of his phone. Like, what is really going on? So we try to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
It's just a horrible tragedy for that young man to lose his life.
He lose his life, and then it's just, but you will never know. You know what I'm saying? What people are capable of.
You'll never know.
And so, I'm hoping
Plotting
that
the whole time.
yeah, I'm hoping Ben actually do his job, which he is. I'm confident he will, and get to the bottom of it and everything. But like you said, them deleting messages and taking his phone away from the scene and everything. It's just a lot of eye opener situations, and like they look good like friends on pictures, but pictures could say a whole lot of lies and everything. So I'm hoping that the family get justice. And there was some like foul play going on in that situation and everything. But I just would say to the public and everything, like, just be calm and everything, and then God is gonna work it out, and God's gonna present exactly what happened and everything. And so and my prayers to the family.
Prayers to the
like
family.
in this process, like losing a child or losing a family member,
Unimaginable.
yes,
Like my baby up in there. Ooh.
right. So my prayers are with the family wholeheartedly, and but yeah, that is so unfortunate that happened.
Yes.
So sad.
So sad. And like you said, I hope their family receives justice with this one. I actually saw the parents on the morning show with Michael Strahan talking about their son. So it was just, heartbreaking to hear the mom to have to get up there and talk about her child and what they loved most about him. So in any situations like that, it's just completely horrible. But we're going to jump into some rapid fire questions before we close out the interview, Poundcake.
Okay.
Favorite Memphis comedian?
Favorite Memphis comedian would be me myself, comedian Poundcake.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm the favorite because I work hard. I work hard for my name now.
Okay. Kevin Hart or Cat Williams?
Oh,
Mm.
Cat Williams.
Why Cat?
I like Cat Williams because Cat Williams he messy. You know what I'm saying? This one of my fortes. You know what I'm saying? But he, yeah. And so he mess, yeah. And so he very informative, and he just shoot out the dome and everything. He real. So most definitely Cat Williams.
Yes, I'm still waiting on a powerhouse revelation from Cat again, like we once had. I don't know if we'll ever get another one like he.
You probably will. He always got some up his sleeve. Crazy.
He's crazy. Stand up or skits? I think I know the answer. But I don't know.
I would say skits.
I knew you was gonna say.
Yeah, I would say skits because it's like when you're doing skits, it's very relatable, and you don't know exactly who you will touch, or you don't know like people. And I think the most funniest thing is when it's funny because it's true, and people can see themselves in skits and everything. I'll be doing the same thing and everything. So, or I know somebody who do that and everything. So I most definitely could say I would say skits because it can be relatable. If you're not going through it, somebody else is going through it.
For sure. Facebook or TikTok?
I'm old, so Facebook.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Facebook, like all the grandmamas and stuff follow me, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, and everything.
The grandma?
Yeah, all they do is dance on TikTok and everything. And so,
I'm on TikTok.
Yeah, I am on TikTok, but I'm not active on TikTok like that because you see a lot of trending dancing and stuff like that or voiceovers. And you see 100 million videos of the same voiceover, and I just don't feel like it's, I just don't feel like they can actually express the real content.
Yeah,
on
like that old school.
I like that old school. Wake
out.
up and read the death section in the who passed away on the in the newspaper and everything. So I like Facebook. With my old people. I love my old people.
And that's where the bulk of your audience lies, right?
Yes, because I get the
Gotta
old.
feed them.
Yeah, I get the older people, the older generation. I get the working class and everything. That's the ones who gonna spend money on not TikTokers, but the ones who actually got money to come to shows.
Yeah,
is on Facebook. So I get the most definitely feed them.
that meta money and all. Right? If you could roast one celebrity, who would it be?
One celebrity. Oh, Oprah.
Oprah. You will roast Oprah.
I would roast
like
Oprah.
A true Memphis check session.
I would roast Oprah.
What are a few things you would say?
Oprah. I would let Oprah know that she's wrong and everything for how she been coming. Well, of course, with the whole Monique ordeal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. She did Monique wrong.
Yeah, how she did Monique. And what she recently said about Whitney Houston.
Oh, yes. Like, why did you bring that up?
Yeah, so Oprah, she have her slick ways and everything, how she do it. Then her and her friend Gail and everything, they feel like they could say and do whatever they want to because they have their status, but that's not fair and everything. And I most definitely get on her. I get on her for wearing the size 12 heels, when her feet probably size 11. You know what I'm saying? She got some big feet and everything. And so Oprah, the body wrap be so stiff and hard and everything. So I would get on the Lily side.
And on that zip.
Zimp, yeah, she on that zimp. Yeah, on that zimp.
Yeah, you looking mighty tight on there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, I got you, and I see why. Who's harder to make laugh, men or women?
Um, Men, because the thing is, men do be thinking it's funny and everything, but men have an ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got to be really funny and everything. So they all, I mean, they come to shows made. And they come to show, yeah, you got to be really funny. So women gonna laugh anyway because women just love to laugh. And women love to be entertained. And so men or whatever, they feel like, they egotistical. So you got to really like, but some could be really funny or whatever, but just because they're a man or whatever, they want you to feel like you can't impress them on everything. So
I can see that, the hubris of it all.
yeah. So
Okay, favorite HBCU memory.
let me see, HBCU memory. Oh, I forgot her name. I can't call it, but my instructor on the ASAP program.
Dr. Levant.
No. I got to rip. She taught
A
my literature
professor.
class.
Okay.
And so she actually went here in the 60s. And so my mom actually had me at the age of 40. My mama here, so she was pregnant at 39, 40. And so growing up with an older parent, my mom used to always tell me like the stuff that she went through in Memphis. Yeah, I marched for Dr. King and I did this and all that. And I used to work at the Harlem House and all this. So my mama have always instilled stories in me back in the day. So when I was in class, in my literature class, I can't call it later name for nothing, but I was telling her like, yeah, I was talking as if I was the same age as her. Yeah. Then you used to come up with them fire holes and everything, and I stayed next door to Isaac Hayes and all this. So I was actually telling her, talking to her as if I was the same age as her, and she didn't understand how I knew this. She asked me, she said, "How old you is?"
Right.
I said, "I'm the same age you is," and everybody was laughing in class. That was like, no, he ain't. Blah blah blah. But that was my most memorable HBCU moment because I was going through history with her. Like, I was telling her who graduated. I was going to LeMoyne-Owen when Harrington was going here. So, you know what I'm saying? So she was so confused because she was like, how do you know all this stuff? And I know you're young. And so this because I had an older parent, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
yeah, that's my, because it was comical, but it was very educational and insightful to the students and everything because the classmates was like, how do you know this stuff? Like, how do you know about the Harlem House and all that? And how you know about, that we had to walk and catch the bus and all? Because I was raised around older people. Yes.
You got an old soul.
Ooh, old.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Very relatable.
Mhm.
Now, this is my final rapid fire question. 3 words that describe a pound cake.
Oh, loving. I'm a loving person. Um, I'm a risk taker. So that's not 3 words, but I'm a risky. I'm gonna say risky. Loving, risky, and fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a loving, like the thing is whatever I do or whatever, it has to be love in it. It has to be Christ in it and everything. So those, like everything that I operate in, whether it's comedy, whether it's working a 9 to 5, whether it's like work, like anything that I do or whatever, it has to be I have to show love and everything and embrace people and everything and whatever I do. If it ain't love in it, I can't mess with it.
Okay. I love that. And I would agree with those 3 descriptions of yourself. And I have truly enjoyed you on the Ena Esco Show today. Demario Hollowell. Do you like to be referred to as Demario Hollowell or Poundcake?
Either or. Just as long as you refer to me as respectful and everything, I'm fine with it. So the Mario, Pound Cake, Pound, Mario, whatever you want to call me over there. Yeah, that's my name going
That's a
up.
Memphis
Yeah,
name for
they gonna
sure.
take all the syllables out. Mario or yo.
For real.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Because when I first moved to Memphis, I had met so many black men that were named Mario.
Yeah.
And coming from Texas, I did not know any black men named Mario until I moved to Memphis.
All the celebrities, Yo God and Mario, the Mario.
Man, yeah.
Moneybag Yo, the Mario. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's name is Mario or Demario. Majority. Yeah.
Wow, it's a Memphis thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Memphis.
I just feel like, you just graduating from LeMoyne-Owen College. Everything is in front of you right now. And it's up to
Mhm.
you to make the decision
Yes.
which direction you're going to take, right?
I'm honestly entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really want. I mean, I got my degree in business management.
Yeah. And you
But
need that
yeah,
for
I need that.
entertainment.
Right. And so the thing is that I really want, and you inspire me so much, like what you do for the lottery house and everything, and how you just, embrace the student life and everything. I see you on the 807 podcast and
Yes.
everything, and just how you just show these kids that, hey, this is a whole, like, we got a whole facility for y'all can learn about things. So you
Yes,
inspire
girl.
me because you have to teach
Thank
and
you.
everything and give back and stuff. And so, like I said, I can learn a lot from you because you're a great person and everything. And I want to give your flowers, like a lot that you
I
do for the
appreciate
community.
that.
Like, I haven't heard not one thing, none bad thing about you. And so you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? And we really, really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And
I
keep doing, and
appreciate that.
keep being,
I am. I
and
promise you
Esco
I
will
am.
come.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
And I look forward to you coming back to the
Most
Lowry to spend
definitely,
some time
most
with me.
definitely.
And anything you need from me, I am here,
Okay,
Mario.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
Now, before we leave the
Mhm.
interview today, I want you to give some advice for maybe an adult learner similar to your programming that you've done with the ASAP program here at LeMoyne College. That's probably not so traditional. That's kind of
Mhm.
on the fence about pursuing or finishing their degree.
Mhm.
Any advice for those people? And also, I want you to talk about something at LOC that may surprise most people that they may not know that you've learned
Okay.
while being here.
Well, I would say to anybody who wants to, further their education, please come back to LeMoyne-Owen or just any ASAP program. Just it's never too late. Um, I will most definitely say that ASAP program was very beneficial to me. Not only just earning a degree, but just building relationships. Like I got some of the people who I graduated with that I'm great friends with today. And you're gonna be nervous, because I ain't been in school for so long, and you're gonna have the devil trying to attack you in every form. But just stay the core, course and everything, and I promise you it's gonna be good. It's gonna be successful. And if you don't know, ask. You know what I'm saying? Like ask people. Like there are people here to actually, direct you to the right people. If they don't know, they're gonna direct you to the right people and everything. So when you try to call and get information, it's gonna be hard getting somebody on the phone the more part. But come up here. If you got time, take off work or whatever. But I'm telling you, the journey is gonna have a couple of bumps in the road. But I promise you, once you get past those things, you're gonna be like the graduation day was the most like best day ever in my life.
It was lit.
So
Your
yeah.
graduation was lit.
Yeah, and then it was lit and it wasn't raining or anything. Like it was hot.
I did 'em.
Yeah, yeah. It was hot, but I'm telling you, you're gonna be so happy once you actually cross that stage. So it was worth it. Every phone call, every coming up here trying to check on my financial aid. I met you in the hall, but that's why I met you. Coming
Mhm.
up here just trying to, get things done, but it paid off. And that's my advice to anybody. The second question that you had is like, what surprised me?
What surprised you most?
Honestly, and I'm not getting too into it. Is um the different um social environments here, like far as like the not saying student life, but the fraternities and everything
The
and all that
Divine
there.
Nine,
The
not the
Divine
Heaven and
Nine,
Seven, but the
yeah,
Divine Nine.
Divine Nine and everything. A lot of things. If you want to go for something, go for it because it's an experience and everything. But just always stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself and know exactly the reason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody could put the jacket on to go to love and everything, but it's actually what you do behind those letters and everything. And if you want, like, do your research and everything, and not only on the fraternity or the sorority overall, but just that chapter. Do your research and everything, and once you feel like that's the perfect match for you and everything, then go for it. So, that was kind of a surprising thing to me because I mean, yeah, you see it online and you see pictures and stuff. Oh yeah, I wanna, but then when you actually like go to these informational meetings and everything and actually go through the process, you realize, okay, yeah, this ain't what I thought it was to be, or this or maybe some other chapter and everything. So always do your research, but go for it. Go for it because whether you join it or not or whatever, it's an experience
Yeah,
and
it's
everything.
definitely an
Yeah,
experience.
most definitely. So the whole process and everything is eye opening experience, and it just makes you realize, okay, this is for me or this ain't for me. So most definitely go forward. So that's one of the things that surprised me when it comes to the D9.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember your post about the Alpha experience when you had the third
Oh,
row shirt on and the
yeah.
Alpha
Yeah.
approached you.
Yeah, I was at graduation rehearsal. And I had on my black Raleigh Egypt class reunion 10-year class reunion shirt. And so on the front of it we had a metallic gold pharaoh head. And I was strolling across campus, heading off to graduate the next day, and some guys got out the car and it was like, "Hey bro, take that shirt off."
Oh,
And so in my mind, I didn't understand what they were saying or where they were coming from. And I said, "What you mean?" Because I'm thinking they from Craigmont, because Raleigh Egypt and Craigmont rivalry schools.
oh.
So they was like, "Take that shirt off, bro." And that was like, "What you mean?" It was like, "Where you cross?" I said, "I just crossed the front lawn or whatever coming." You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what they was talking about cross. And so they was like, no, take that Alpha shirt off." I said, "Oh no, this Raleigh Egypt Pharaoh." And I turned around and let them see Raleigh Egypt class of 2016 reunion. And then it was like, "Yeah." And then they walked off and everything. Yeah. And so I'm like, "Y'all all wrong and everything." But I get on social media and I told everybody my story. And one thing I will commend about the Alphas at LOC, they made sure that, hey, we finna do investigation. We don't do things like that. And so I really appreciate that, because they was like, we don't handle ourselves like that. We don't know who them guys
I
were.
was shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked too, and everything, and I was in the car panicking, and frantic. I said, "Yeah, let me call somebody." And Earl Fisher said, "Yeah, I was gonna say something about that shirt, but he was joking and everything. That's my guy and everything." But no, I really appreciate. Big ups to the Alphas and LOC.
Mhm. They
You know,
the
the
chapter.
yeah, they really reached out to me and made sure I was good and everything.
good.
So most respect to them.
Yeah, there have been some occasions, just me going back to my time as an undergrad here, where there have been quite a few
Yeah.
crazy encounters across the board.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but
But no,
that should not be going on.
no, most definitely not. Most definitely not. And I'm a comedian and everything, and I want to take this time to apologize to the AKAs.
Why are you apologizing to the
Because I made a
AKAs?
post and everything, and I said, but the thing is about AKAs at LOC and University of Memphis, y'all all beautiful, and I love AKAs.
You
I
love
really do.
AKAs?
I love the K.
Why I feel like a butt coming? What
No.
happened?
But the thing is that I made a funny post and everything, and so I had put a heavyset girl who was beautiful alongside a smaller girl who was beautiful. And I said, these are the AKAs that at LOC. And these are the AKA and the AKAs. But my thing is, I didn't say y'all was ugly or anything. I just said y'all have the big girls at AKA, I mean in the LOC and everything. And so just because you heavy set don't mean that you're not attractive, but then that's the narrative they got from that
Okay.
and everything. So
Because one was larger than the other.
yeah,
But both were beautiful.
right, both were beautiful. I didn't put no unattractive girl for LOC. And so when I said that, they feel like I was talking about them, so I had to make a post and everything. And I got a couple of AKAs from LOC history. You was one of them.
Yeah.
And I said, we can produce some beautiful girl. You, Mary Jubert,
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, okay.
Former Miss LOC.
Yeah. And so I said, yo, there's some beautiful girls and everything. So I just love the culture at LOC, and I was touch bases on this. Everything, my journey at LOC haven't all been peaches and cream. I try to go out for homecoming. Not homecoming, but the fourth court. I was Mr. LeMoyne-Owen. Like 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, all throughout the year.
Okay.
I was Mr. Raleigh Egypt and everything. And so when I got here, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be Mr.
What
LOC.
happened with that?
My feelings was hurt.
Why, Poundcake? I can see you as Mr. LOC.
I came. I was a little chubby kid in the steel hall and everything. And I came and her rest of so Professor Mentor, Miss Mentor. I came to her and I said, I wanna actually
This was
join.
back in 07.
07.
Okay.
I said, I wanna be Mr. LeMoyne-Owen. She said, I think you need to reconsider. And she turned around and kept typing.
No.
And she had she had them long nails and she was
I
typing.
remember Miss Smith.
And I said, I'm hurt. And so I really wanted, because I saw Jerome and everything, he was, and I said, okay, because I was like, I can be that. And she told me I need to reconsider. And I was like, wow. So I always like question, like, what's wrong with me or why she said it and stuff like that.
She never gave you a reason?
She didn't give me a reason. I asked her, I said, I'm interested in joining the Royal Court. And she said, and she told me, she looked me straight in the face and with her resting face. And she said, I think you need to reconsider.
Oh my
and
God.
turn back around because
Are you
I went to her
serious?
office. I was like,
You have never forgotten
I
that.
never forgot. It stuck with me for
I
a
could
long
see you
time.
as Mr.
Yeah,
LOC.
because I had personality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy, but I look nice.
Yes.
And the thing is, but I just didn't understand why she would say that. But maybe she saw something out there. Maybe she saw that I can do other things than actually be on the road course. So,
Discipline.
yeah, so I try to take the positive about the negative.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You have stories for days.
Yeah,
I think you
yeah.
should start a podcast.
Okay, I will.
You could definitely leverage that with some of these interviews,
Okay.
but we're going to talk more about that because, I think that your future and your current status is just so bright. You have a shining light just illuminating around
Thank
you.
you.
And, anything you need from me, I am here.
I
From one
appreciate you.
magician to the next,
Yes.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Demario Hollowell, I got
Yes.
that right.
Yes,
AKA
yes, yes.
Poundcake in the
Yes.
building. Tell the Ena Esco audience how they can follow your journey.
You can most definitely follow my journey by going to my page, which is Demario Hollowell. And my Instagram, which is comedian Poundcake _ and just everything that I'm working on and everything else that far as shows or what I got going on when it comes to newfound interviews is gonna be presented to you on my platform. So you can most definitely follow me, or you can just inbox me and ask me like, hey, do you have any upcoming shows or anything that we can look forward to? And I'll be glad to provide you with any information.
That's right.
Yeah.
Comedian extraordinaire,
Mhm.
entertainer, future Hollywood star.
What she said?
From the none other than Demario Hollowell,
Yeah.
aka Poundcake, in the building with me. I truly enjoyed you today here
Too.
on the Ena Esco Show. Thank you.
Thank you.